The Chinese language, a rich tapestry woven from thousands of years of history, culture, and evolution, is one of the most fascinating languages in the world. With over 1 billion speakers, it stands as the most widely spoken language globally, encompassing a variety of dialects and forms. At its core, the Chinese language is characterized by its unique writing system, tonal nature, and grammatical structure. Understanding these basics can be an enlightening journey for anyone interested in exploring this ancient language. To begin with, let's delve into the writing system, which is perhaps one of the most distinctive features of the Chinese language. Unlike many languages that use an alphabet, Chinese employs a logographic system, where each character represents a word or a meaningful part of a word. This means that a single character can convey an entire idea, which is a stark contrast to the phonetic systems found in languages like English. The characters themselves are often composed of smaller components known as radicals. These radicals can give clues about the meaning or pronunciation of the characters. For instance, the radical for water appears in characters related to water, such as river, he, and ocean, high. This system of radicals not only aids in memorization, but also enriches the language with layers of meaning. There are thousands of characters in the Chinese language, but literacy can be achieved with a command of about 2,000 to 3,000 commonly used characters. The most widely used form of written Chinese today is Simplified Chinese, which was developed in the 20th century to increase literacy rates. Simplified characters reduce the number of strokes in traditional characters, making them easier to learn and write. Traditional Chinese characters, on the other hand, are still used in regions like Taiwan and Hong Kong, preserving the historical and artistic aspects of the language. Moving beyond the written form, the spoken aspect of Chinese is equally captivating. The language is tonal, meaning that the pitch or intonation used when pronouncing a word can change its meaning entirely. Mandarin, the most spoken dialect of Chinese, has 4 primary tones and a neutral tone. For example, the syllable ma can mean mother, emma, when pronounced with a high-level tone, hemp, ma, in a rising tone, horse, ma, in a falling tone, and to scold, ma, in a falling rising tone. This tonal quality adds complexity to the language, as learners must not only master the pronunciation of the syllables, but also their tonal variations. In addition to Mandarin, there are numerous other dialects in the Chinese language family, such as Cantonese, Wu, Min, and Hakka, each with its own unique features and tonal systems. Cantonese, for instance, has 6 to 9 tones, depending on the region, and is known for its rich phonetic diversity. While Mandarin serves as the official language and is taught in schools across mainland China, dialects like Cantonese hold significant cultural importance, particularly in regions like Hong Kong and Guangdong Province. Now, let's explore the grammatical structure of the Chinese language, which is notably different from that of many Indo-European languages. Chinese grammar is generally considered more straightforward in some aspects, primarily due to its lack of inflections. In English, for example, verbs change form depending on tense, while in Chinese, the verb remains unchanged. Instead, context and additional words indicate tense. For instance, the sentence, I eat, woqi, can mean I am eating, I will eat, or I ate, depending on the context or the addition of time indicators such as yesterday, zuotian, or tomorrow, mingtian. Another distinctive feature of Chinese grammar is its use of measure words, which are required when counting nouns. In English, we simply say 3 books, but in Chinese, one must say 3 itiayaks. Sanjishu, where is a measure word that can be used for many objects. Different nouns require different measure words, which can be a challenge for learners, but also adds a layer of richness to the language. For example, you would use tiao for long, thin objects like fish or pants, and jang for flat objects like paper or tickets. The vocabulary of Chinese is another area that reflects its depth and cultural significance. Many Chinese words are derived from ancient philosophical texts, literature, and folklore, resulting in a lexicon that is not only functional, but also imbued with cultural meaning. For example, the word for happiness, xingfu, combines the characters for fortunate, xing, and completeness, fu, reflecting a broader cultural understanding of what it means to be happy. To illustrate the beauty of the language, let's consider idiomatic expressions, known as chengyu, chengyu. These four-character phrases often carry profound meanings and are derived from historical tales or classical literature. For instance, the chengyu, hua shi tianzu, translates to drawing a snake and adding feet, which means to ruin something by overdoing it. Such expressions enrich conversations and provide insight into Chinese culture and values. As we navigate through the basics of the Chinese language, it is essential to acknowledge the cultural context in which it exists. Language is a reflection of the people who speak it, and Chinese is no exception. The language carries the weight of history, philosophy, and social norms. Understanding the nuances of Chinese often requires an appreciation of the cultural practices and beliefs that shape the language. For example, the concept of face, mianzi, is deeply embedded in Chinese culture, signifying a person's reputation and social standing. This concept influences how people communicate and interact, often leading to indirect communication styles that prioritize harmony and respect over confrontation. As learners of the language, it is crucial to grasp these cultural underpinnings to communicate effectively and respectfully. In recent years, the global interest in the Chinese language has surged, driven by China's growing economic influence and cultural exports. Language learning has become a bridge for international communication, fostering understanding and collaboration across borders. Many educational institutions worldwide now offer Chinese language courses, and online platforms have made learning more accessible than ever. Despite its complexities, learning Chinese can be an immensely rewarding experience. The language opens doors to a rich cultural heritage, literature, art, and philosophy. It allows for deeper connections with Chinese speakers and provides insights into a society that has contributed significantly to human civilization. For those embarking on this journey, there are numerous resources available, from textbooks and language apps to immersive language programs and cultural exchanges. Engaging with native speakers, practicing pronunciation, and immersing oneself in Chinese media can enhance the learning experience. In conclusion, the Chinese language is a multifaceted and vibrant means of communication that reflects the history and culture of its people. From its intricate writing system and tonal nature to its unique grammatical structure and rich vocabulary, the language presents both challenges and rewards for learners. Understanding the basics of Chinese not only equips individuals with a valuable skill, but also fosters a greater appreciation for one of the world's oldest continuous cultures. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the ability to communicate in Chinese can serve as a powerful tool for building bridges and fostering understanding in our diverse global community.